It's me. I had spicy chicken for supper tonight, and it's talking back to me a little bit. All right, we are up and running, folks. Hello, internet. How we doing? I'm up and running a little bit early, just to see if the internet decides it wants to shit itself. It can shit itself before we're properly supposed to start. So yeah, we're doing Star Rail new event stuff. We're doing a little bit of co-op Crystal Chronicles for Cubage. But first, so tell a little bit of a story. Got up this morning. Actually, I got up like early this morning. Because apparently our dog decided to run everybody up. So, lost my train of thought. So I went back to sleep. I got back up. It was, I think, 8 when I got back up. So I got up, got on my computer, started it up, was checking notifications and stuff. Notice that the writer-centric Discord chats in 2 Discords I'm in have a lot of messages in them. Huh. That's weird. But I'm scrolling back through Twitter, just checking like what's been tweeted by all the accounts I follow, because Twitter is mainly like news and information for me. There are some like art folks and Twitch and YouTube folks that I follow, but those are for updates on stuff they do. I am following like specific people for news and information. And then I just see that apparently a lot of writer stuff got announced last night because Toei decided to go, hey, we're holding a little thing for the 55th anniversary of Rider. So that was interesting to wake up to. So yeah, we have all of that to talk about. And a little extra more because of fucking course there is. But first, a small little Blockies update. Thank you, DarkCloud93 or Ryan from the Sound Out 12 streams, and like he posted this in Sound Out's Discord, and I was like, oh hey, cool, that's good. So Blockies is, I guess, bringing over the Ultra Galaxy S stuff. I guess stateside would be the correct term for this. This is the US Blockies storefront. Hello, everyday idiot. This is nice to see. I don't think any of the Ultraman stuff has went to like retail storefronts, but you can at least buy it off their store. So, hooray. If only there was a way to tell which box was which, because I'd be like, I like the Z, I like the Zero, I like the Taiga. I'd go as far as to be like, yeah, no, I'd pick up the G Galaxy Rising, even though I don't have a placement for it on my shelf that I'm planning. But anywho, let's get to the writer stuff. So, April 3rd is the anniversary of the first episode airing of Blockies. In terms of owning stuff, no. In terms of tracking information for Blockies, I have two separate spreadsheets, one for the Galaxy stuff and one for the Defender stuff. And I'm basically the information person in one Discord I'm in for Blockies material, so in that sense, yes. I end up being the person that posts 90% of the Blockies information for a Discord. I would like to, but I'm not in a position to be like picking up Blockies stuff at the moment. And it's weird because I'm like I love Ryder to death, but I'm not super interested in their Ryder line because their Ryder line's not doing anything that I don't either already own because of Soto or just would not be interested in anyway. So like, they're transitioning to the Galaxy S bodies and stuff, and they're doing X8 stuff, which like, hey, I love X8, but I'm like, I don't super need a Muteki. I have the old Soto Muteki that I'm like okay with. And they announced that they're like, hey, here's Max Mighty, and I'm like, Max Mighty's cool and all, but I have no desire for Max Mighty. To be honest. Like, if Soto ups and dies, then, like, sure, I'd probably transition over to Blockies because that's the same size and stuff. But, like, I'm watching it and going, this is cool, but as a Soto collector, no. But that's the only reason I wouldn't go in on Blockies, because otherwise, Blockies does really great stuff. Especially if you're not a sticker person, like, all of Blockies stuff is tampoed. You just assemble and go. But yeah, like, Transformers, I want them to do Beast Wars stuff, which they've done a little bit in Defenders, but not in Galaxy, which is what I would want. Super Sentai would be great, but that seems to have poofed because of the hiatus or some other factors. We don't really know. Marvel would be nice. But honestly, I would prefer... Yeah, they not only have they done Beast Wars in Defenders, because they did Primal, Megs, and Cheetor, but their next Defenders wave is all Beast Wars 2, Beast Wars Neo material, which is that extra, like, okay. Well, I didn't think you could do this, but it's nice to know you could do the Japanese exclusive shows. Because I think with, like, that Defenders wave, you basically get your main Prime and your main bad guy for both 2 and Neo. And then some other stuff from those respective shows, which is like, or no, you don't get anything else from those shows, but you get like other extra stuff to like round out your other Defender lines. But yeah, Blockies does good work. I just wish I was more interested in, I had, not necessarily interested, more of a reason to pick up their stuff. Because the Ultraman is the only thing I'm just like, I would like this, because Choto fails me at every opportunity. But at least Blockies is doing everything I want. Anywho, presentation. Quick note. This presentation, at least the highlights of it, which will basically cover everything we're going to talk about in this recap article, is on the Toei Tokusatsu YouTube, officially released with official English subs. I've been good. Just chipping away at stuff. I've had like some rough weeks personally, but it's not been too bad. But yeah, if you want to watch the highlights of this for a little bit extra context and information, it's on the Toei Toku YouTube channel. We're also going to be talking about that channel for another reason, so stay tuned. So yeah, presentation. They had a couple of Zets announcements. Basically, we've got voice actors for 4 monsters coming to the show. I do not remember their names offhand. Actually, their names should be here, hopefully. One of them we've been seeing so far, and that's the catastrophe nightmare. Because that's Baku's nightmare. I presume these other ones are connected as well, especially since one of them is Punish, which is Dawn's Capsium, and the Capsiums do contain the nightmares. So, they also said that the voice actor for the Zets driver will be appearing in the show as a character. No details, so. They didn't give too much more information, but the double feature for Zets and Gavin Infinity is coming July 24th. So, Gavin Infinity continues to basically act like Sentai because it's doing the summer double feature thing with Ryder. Not beating those allegations, I see. The Kabuto movie finally got announced. So for quite a while, Kabuto, like various actors and production staff from Kabuto have been taking pictures and been spotted in and around Japan doing things and being like very like, we're doing stuff last year. So everyone went, so we're getting a Kabuto movie, I see. And then they did this whole like, what movie is going to get announced? When they announced the Yagito movie, because the Kabuto movie was a part of that. And lo and behold, the Yagito movie got announced. So we're like, what the fuck's the Kabuto movie? Here it is. It's going to be a V Cinema instead of like a big major theatrical release. Because that's a difference. It's coming out November 6th. A lot of the folks are back for this movie. But we also have trying to think of where to get easy pictures of this. That's the poster. The poster doesn't help me. That doesn't help me either. Ridercraft Discord. You. No. Shoot. Because I don't want to drive myself back through. So we have 2 new writers / forms for the movie. We have Atlas here on the poster doing Tendo's pose. So it's presumed Tendo is Atlas? Or Kabuto Atlas? We don't really know. All we know is that they're going to release the Blu-ray with the Atlas sector, which you see on the belt of Atlas. And it's compatible with all the CSM Kabuto stuff they've released the last few years. So if you have either of those, I think the 1.5 or the 2 Kabuto belt, you could slot this in and it works fine. But there's another green one that's more Stag Beetle themed that people are guessing is like a worm-based Kabuto rider. That's what I saw. Speculation on it. Actually, I think I know one place I can use it that probably has the picture. Because they did release a trailer, but the trailer didn't really shoot too much at us. Really, you have a picture of the Atlas Rider, but not of the green one. Fine, whatever. But yeah, that's basically it for the Kabuto part. I will note, I don't particularly care for either of the Kabuto, these new Kabuto things. But I hate Kabuto with a burning passion of 1,000 suns, so I'm just ultimately amused by it more than anything. Like, I ain't watching this fucking movie. You have to donate money to charity in the name of me watching this fucking bullshit movie for me to watch this fucking bullshit movie. You have to do good in order for me to watch this movie and probably bitch and moan about it on one of the shows we do. That is the only way I'm watching this movie. Then they announced 3 labels, I guess would be the best way to put it. They're called the Kamen Rider Chronicle, Kamen Rider Animated, and Kamen Rider Premium. So the basis of these is that Kamen Rider Chronicle is going to be their legacy rider, like movie, like label, more or less. This is what the Agiso movie is under, and it is going to be what a 20th anniversary Den-O movie is going to be under. Because they did say they're going to do a 20th anniversary Den-O movie. In fact, they're going to do multiple, like a multimedia push for Den-O's 20th. But a movie for it will be under the Chronicle label. Animated will be animated movies. They're having Aniplex work on one. They showed a piece of concept art that was nothing. So there's that. And then Premium is supposed to be their big, like, push outside of Japan movie label. Animated is the same way. It's supposed to be really aimed towards overseas audiences. But Premium is going to be that as well. They said that Premium has a project in production, but we're not seeing it until 2028. So we don't really know anything else besides they're working on a thing. That's it. They had a little trailer for the Axiom movie. This poster's also not particularly new either. So again, Den-O 20th logo. There is the concept art for the Aniplex animated movie. I don't think they gave a date for that either. No. Welcome to the thing that disappointed me greatly, and also Mayor and I crashed out after. I wouldn't say I crashed out over it, but like, damn, disappointment. So Bandai announced Game Project Henshin, which showed some random dude using a cell phone to turn into Kuga. And by use a cell phone, I mean he just kind of holds it out and then he just kind of like materializes into Kuga. But basically they were like, this is a mobile phone game, or a mobile game for Japan only. Way to say 2 things that just annoy me to no fucking end. As a lover of memory heroes that just stares at Bandai and just goes, you had a good thing, why won't you do another one? Why is that so hard? Ah! So yeah, I can't wait for this to last 6 months and be disposed of. Because we have a current Kamen Rider mobile game. It's a tower defense game. And it looks bleh. So yeah. And then kind of the big thing to come out of this. So kind of like the surprise of everyone. For like the first time, at least in my memory, for as long as I've been following the franchise, which is like 2011 with Double, basically. Or like Double O, like more like Double O's time period than like 2011. Be like probably like 2011, 2012, somewhere around in there. Toei is the one that officially announces, it shows us the name of the next Rider series, and instead of us getting it from a trademark or some other source, like, I'm shocked because damn. So this is Kamen Rider Mice. I know it says myth, but apparently that's a weird romanization thing. Apparently it is pronounced mice, according to the katakana. As I have seen talked about from one person in the Discord who is very annoyed that people are like, it's pronounced this way, and he's like, no, this is literally what it fucking says in Japanese. Fuck off. I'm like, fair. Also, the person at the press conference calls it mice. So, it's mice. That romanization is dumb. Which, Toei and dumb romanizations? The fuck you say? That's never happened before in this franchise at all. How do they spell Tajador again? with an L instead of an R. How do they spell Gold Drive? Gourd Drive? Anyway. They didn't give too much details on this besides it's going to be the show after Zets. They do in the highlight video talk about how much Zets has succeeded overseas because boy, is it doing numbers, not just in the States, but in all of the markets that they have put Zets out in. And I just kind of stare at them and go, what the fuck did you expect? Of course. Put a pin in that. It's going to piss you off here in a second. But yeah, no other details. They said that like things about mice is kind of like hidden within the logo. I think if you turn this logo upside down, it looks like a mouse. It kind of is triangular with yellow, which is very cheese. So like, we'll see. Some of the suit stuff in terms of leaks we've been seeing might be this show, in all honesty, because supposedly there was like a mouse rider circulating in terms of drawings and stuff for leaks. And the question now becomes that that actually might be for this show rather than for Zets. There's even a driver that we were seeing, apparently drawings were circulating for, that might be just for this show instead of Zets. Which, if that's the case, if that turns out to be true, boy howdy, is this time frame like gonna be real interesting for Ryder, because now we're gonna have to like play the game of which Ryder show is it for? Is it for the current one or is it for the next one? Because we might not be able to know until official information. Also, wow, again, no trademark. Anywho, after all of these announcement stuff later in the day, they announced that on the Toei Tokusatsu YouTube channel, they're putting out Akito and Kabuto. That's good, since they're both getting movies. That's timely. So about that release. So first and foremost, they're doing premieres for episode 3 next week with English subs. Presumably these all have English subs, but you know, they don't specify anything down here because somebody has to go riddle me this, Toku fan, Ryder fan. Will this have subs or not? We won't specify. Anyway, so they're doing premieres for episode 3 for the respective shows at the times you see here. And then they're doing 2 episodes weekly, so like the following. So it looks like on the 13th, they're going to do, or on Mondays, they'll do Agito, and on Thursdays, they'll do Kabuto. Now, you might be wondering, why are they starting at episode 3? Well, that's because episode 1 and 2 are already on the channel because they put out episodes 1 and 2 for all the Heisei shows like 4 years ago. So they don't feel like redoing that work. Great start, Toei. Also, in the wonderful fine print here, the episodes are only sticking around for 4 weeks before they're taken down. So you have 4 weeks to watch 2 episodes. Probably a kind of 3 episodes to start with, and then like 2 episodes every week. 2 episodes weekly for each show, and then they're poof. They're probably delisted. They're probably still there. Like they're not gonna get deleted, but they'll just get like delisted or privated, because I think that's what they've done for other stuff, because I've liked other stuff and then I will check it later and it will say it's like delisted or private, because if you have some sort of way of checking a link for a specific YouTube video, you can find out if they've like deleted it or delisted it. So yeah, this is stupid because of course it is. But hey, at least the show's there. Hooray! I said this in 2 different discords, but it's 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Why would we expect anything else? At least we're getting these 2 shows in the run-up to their fucking movies. That at least the Agito one is getting released internationally because they said so. We don't know about the Kabuto one. But at least for Agito, it's just like, hey, we're giving people the show so they can catch up before the fucking movie comes out. Also, I think they updated all the thumbnails to look like this, regardless if they're putting the show out or not, because it looked like today to be like, when did they put out episode 1, 2? 4 years ago? Of course they fucking did. I remember right. So yeah, this is what we got. Hopefully the subs are good. So fucking help me if they cheap out and do some fucking AI just sub bullshit like the Garo's been doing for the last couple of shows. I'm gonna fucking flip because I'm like, guys, put some fucking money into this. Please pay somebody to fucking translate this. Or I don't know, fucking pay some fan subbers to yoink their fucking shit and put on the fucking YouTube for fuck's sakes. Why is this so complicated? Anywho, that's basically it. Again, I despise Kabuto with the burning passion of 1,000 suns. You cannot get me to watch this show, even officially. I will promote it. I will say, hey, go watch Kabuto. My ass ain't watching Kabuto. I'm not dragging my ass through that shit again. If you want the details, like the TGSR series for Kabuto is on the YouTube. You can go search it and find it and hear us react live to the various episodes of Kabuto we watched. I think 2 different people in the Discord asked me, it's like, why do you hate Kabuto? And I'm like, the short log of it is, most of the characters that show suck. Like, I absolutely hate watching them because they suck and they're terrible. And also, like, honestly, nothing happens in that show. In the 20-some-odd episodes we watched, nothing fucking happened. And also, Zect is fucking the worst fucking evil organization I've ever seen in this franchise. Like, they are so fucking stupid and so fucking bad at their job. So, yeah, no, that's why I don't like Kabuto. I've been scared to do a rewatch of Agito. I've actually had a fan subgroup's release of Agito bookmarked for a while. Because I'm like, you know what? I should attempt, since we have that movie coming out. I should attempt and try. See how Agito goes. But I have just not felt it. Because I've also just not felt like doing the 2 Heisei shows I have left for Heisei Rider. Because they're both fucking Inoue written shows, and I'm just like, I despise Inoue as a fucking writer. I don't want to watch his fucking shows. I tried Kiva. I remember trying a little bit of Kiva and going, God, this show kind of sucks. God, I am clocked out of this show so fucking bad. Because Inoue it's like, hey, I'm gonna write a whippy protagonist and then, like, not do everything wrong with Wataru that I think Riku Sanjo did right with Ryutaro. So yeah, yeah, that's all that. I went to the wrong thing for a minute. I'm gonna get... Oh, I didn't have my mic stuff turned on. I sounded wrong. I'm gonna get Star Rail up and running here in a minute. roll through some of the update. Because when it comes to Agito, for those who don't know, Agito's like on the border of my favorites on my tier list of writer. I believe it's like it, Revice, and Got Charged. Double check. And Wizard. I forgot Wizard's in there too. I always do the wrong password. I think it's one password, but it's the other password. But yeah, Gouchard, Revice, Wizard, and Agito are my bottom tier favorites that I'm pretty sure rewatch of. It will probably drop down below there. I don't think Wizard. I think Wizard might be okay. But like Agito, it being especially at the bottom of my bottom tier favorites, making it basically the least liked of my favorite writer shows. Boy, do I fear a rewatch of that, because I'm just like, this is going to go probably into the more bad than good. Which I can't wait to have to expand this out more, like lengthwise, because it's at the edge of what I have at the moment. Because my tier list is a Photoshop file I have with all the logos in it. And I guess I guess I have to add the Aniplex animated movie. Because if they push it hard enough, like, and it's its own thing, it kind of qualifies. Because I guess to kind of like show that part and talk about that part. So what ends up letting stuff qualify for my tier list is that it has to be a standalone writer thing, basically. So like all of the Spring Tyson, the Summer Tyson, or the Spring Tyson, the summer movies, the Winter Tyson films, none of those count because all of them are a tie-in to whatever the current writer show is. Regardless of who's lead on that movie, because especially for the Spring Tyson films, it is not the main shows. It is not the main characters of the current shows. It is other fucking people. They don't count. It's why Photopia is not on here either, because look, Photopia is just more double. Like it's not really that standalone. Like it tries to be, but it's not. It's just more Photopia. It's just kind of how it is. So like it kind of goes under the double banner. And then lastly, like Toei has to push it enough to be like a major thing. So like the first and the next are on here because Toei basically pushed them as big anniversary movies. Outsiders is on here because they basically pushed it as a big major thing. Amazons and Black Sun are on here because they did that same thing. Same with Shin Kamen Rider and Girls Raised Mix. Those were major enough productions that like Toei pushed and pushed merchandise for that they get to be on here. Dragon Knight gets to be on here because I like it, and fuck you, it's better than Ryuki. I think I got. I wonder how much I'm still downvoted on that one. 1 second. Let me see real quick, because I commented that the other day because someone posted a thing of being like, should. I am -6 downvotes. Because someone was like, should Dragonite get an official release? And I was like, yes, because it's better than Ryuki. If for no other reason than just because this is a better show than fucking Ryuki. It's just like I got negative. People downvoted me 6 fucking times on that. And I'm like, fine. It's okay to be wrong. I have not put Masked Rider on here because, no. You cannot get me to watch that show. You cannot get me to rate that show. That show doesn't exist. Yeah. That's how all the writer tier list stuff shakes out. Alright. We've got an event to do. As soon as I do the daily, pseudo-daily stuff. As you can see, I have not logged on to Star Rail since I did the story for this patch. Which, like, is surprising for, like, a patch that is on the shorter end in terms of the time frame on it. But, like, it was a longer story stuff on the patch. The Zenless patch ended up being shorter. Which is weird because the Zenless patch, in terms of the story content, because Zenless is, like, normal length. Battles. Basically just charges through the line on the cooldown. All right. Hooray. No, we're taking the name of the magazine we run and running with it. Start with archer units. I like to have a melee unit. Damn, Chain Lightning's real good. Good lord, how many fights do we have to go through? I think it would have been over by now. Man, they're holding out against us. Not enough to really turn the tide, but it's stalling us out. Oh, traces. Okay. I was wondering what that material was. Dang it. Okay, so now I'm basically playing with Rappa's deck. Hmm. Attack rates on the low side. Of course, those are less tracking shots, more just a straight shot. So if it misses, it misses. And we can just outright miss, even if the enemy's staying still. Great. So they have Stormtrooper aim. Good job, guys. Oh boy. Max's units can heal. I just barely won that. It's the spread enhancement. Doing better this time. Spread shot guys coming in handy now. This is the shots of piercing. Doing good, doing good. We stayed pretty even there for a second, and then all fell apart for him. Sorry, Naxa. Or fake Naxa, technically. Because it's not really him. I love for this event. It's just like, hey, we've got 5 characters here. They're not them. It's basically five, it's like 4 not thems and then 1 kind of not them. All right. I need to take a break, use the bathroom and the like, and I'll be back, folks. Alright, I'm back. Hello. No, I really don't need my controller for this. Yeah, that one level up really making the difference for us. Ta-da! I figured. We got pushed far enough away that it wasn't doing chain damage, but that sucked. Dang. What a rough time with these guys. Gotta. Nice. Of course, not Ratio's riding in on a fucking bathtub. Dang. It's me. Hello.
Hello.
So they finally announced the Kabuto movie. Are you excited to watch a Kabuto movie in the future?
No, not really.
Fair. But you can watch Agito and Kabuto for free on the Toei Tokusatsu YouTube channel weekly. Soon. Oh, I wanted to chip away at the Smash Bros. Brawl retro achievement list, but guess what I found out?
What?
There is some very specific upload of Smash Brothers Brawl that you need in order to do the retro achievement list.
Oh.
It is not just the European version revision 1. No, it is apparently some specific upload because it's the one that's not on the usual site that I use. Because that one doesn't work. I also don't know why it's based off the European version of the ISO to start with. So you have to do that and turn on the PAL 60 FPS checkbox. Like, this is far too many fucking steps for this goddamn retro achievement list. I just want to do a run through of Subspace Emissary for retro achievements, but no, it's fucking 1001 complications. Basically abandoned doing that. I think someone did a Prime 2 one. Surprising, I think.
Hmm.
Also, since some folks I follow are doing what they call a flop swap, which is you donate and they immediately have to swap between games. They're doing a Star Fox 64, Star Fox Assault, Star Fox Original flop swap, where they cycle around the 4 games until they beat like the first 2 Star Fox games or one of the later 2 ones. I was like, what all Star Fox game has virtual achievements? Ah, all of them but 0. Makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we don't need it on there.
I didn't turn mine on. I was like, right, we're doing a co-op. Ain't gotta worry about this. Hooray! Why did a Game Boy window boot up as well?
Because I'm pretty sure that yours has to be played through the Game Boy emulator part of it.
Oh. Cool. Yep. Oh, goody. I have to do some extra capturing. 1 second, folks.
Yep.
Oh, wait. Nope, I'm on the wrong screen. Fiddling with stuff. Okay. Nope. Yeah. Okay. There's that. Elfin 2. Okay, so I can't do game capture because that doesn't capture the correct window.
Capture on it? Yeah. I'm noticing that too. But I also don't know if window capture will.
Aha! It will.
Oh, I know it'll capture the window, but will it capture movement in the window?
We will find out. disconnected. Okay.
Uh,
Do we set? Do we?
do I actually have to also?
I don't know. So let's say, do I have to turn on a thing?
Like, surely not. No, I've got to have a controller in there for that.
Good news, the window capture works on movement, so. Okay.
But
Maybe I have to have a thing turned on? I don't know. For that. Um. That doesn't help. It's always. Uh. Take us out of the game. I think I have to... Okay. Alright, try again. Because I think I needed to swap to the GBA integrated thing in controllers. That was the issue.
I think. We both might have to be on that. I'm going to try it too. No, because I cannot control anything on the menu. Oh, we've got to wait until it loads, and then I can control.
Oh. Yeah. Hey! Hooray! Do I add your GBA window into this nonsense too?
I think you're going to have to.
Okay. Elfin 4. Yours.
No, you can't. You can't fast forward through any of this. Cool.
First not.
Oops.
Well, I have everything set up.
I have backup way. Because I want to actually see if I need to do anything different.
Okay.
This is gonna sound like crap. Well, I'm trying to get this to go faster. Oh, it didn't like that. Okay. Oh dear God, this is taking forever.
Excuse me.
Hmm. Well, then I guess let's not go too far in it.
Yeah. Well, it should be good.
Fine.
All right, I will take the stream down. We'll be right back with Crystal Chronicles for the week, folks. Stay tuned.